Hey! Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to a very fresh, fantastic 10 a.m. episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
Feels weird.
It does feel weird.
Yeah, but it feels good at the same time.
It does feel good. Oh my goodness. I haven't felt this energized and rejuvenated. Great word. On the Wake and Bake since before I started my work at medicine. I'm working till midnight most nights, but now 10 a.m. Pacific every weekday morning. Your Weekday Wake and Bake squad. Super fucking excited to get on into the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news. We've got 4 interesting news stories from the cannabis industry countrywide to go over.
Not just one.
Not just one?
Not just one, not just 2, not just 3, but 4, which means there's lots of movement happening.
A high 4.
That was really difficult.
But anyways, Roll Gang, shout out to everybody tuning in on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You guys are all the shit. Absolutely love seshing with you guys every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific now. Started off at 8 a.m., pushed it off till 9. But honestly, I think 10 a.m. is a really great number because most stoners, well, no sweeping generalizations, but I know I like to stay up late night smoking weed. And so it's much easier to get up at 10 a.m. than 9 a.m. Yeah. That shit was so fucking hard.
I agree.
Yeah?
I think 10 is
much better.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad for the people that are watching. So if you are, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So today's episode, as we get this Canon News Thursday episode officially rolling here, is brought to you by the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, helping to roll a dime every time, or procure your canny bee, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck it's for. What is it for, Rachel?
It's a cannabis multi-tool that helps you seal the deal and roll a dime every time.
I use it every weekday morning to roll my joint, but it's also very useful to pack your bowl. If you have a bunch of ground up herb in your grinder and you're trying to get it from your grinder to your bowl piece or to your joint paper, look no further. The Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool is here. Hit the DMs and get one today. Let's hook it up. We'll give you one if you need one. This episode is also brought to you by
Amsterdam University, the first ever cannabis college where you can learn all your cannabis knowledge.
True. It literally the first ever cannabis college, 15 years running, with educating cannabis professionals how to tackle this industry. This brand new budding industry is going to be run by Amsterdam graduates soon. You know, Amsterdam graduates, the owner of Harborside Dispensary, a multitude of former police officers and lawyers. We've got some of the best cultivators in the world as former students and professors over at Amsterdam University. The predominant place to go to claim your stake in this budding industry.
Could you say popping industry?
Yeah.
The seats pop.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Seats do pop and...
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, because I like to say popping a lot, and I wondered if it would.
We're out of paper, so shit.
No.
Okay, we're gonna roll a, hey, shout out Stash Pro Squad. I actually do got a paper, my bad. But anyways, today is
Canon News Thursday.
What the fuck does that mean?
On Canon News Thursday, we like to share some of the newest and latest information about cannabis, meaning from any state, basically, any big movement or
True.
anything. We just like to share what's out there.
Yeah, it's honestly been such a great movement. There's so much momentum in this cannabis industry, and we just like to keep the Roll Gangsters updated on the latest, greatest. We're gonna go ahead right now, put on our fake Anchorman caps, my anchor woman, and we're gonna read the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news. You want to get into the first story while I finish rolling up this joint?
Sure. Our first one is that Colorado governor showed support for federal legalization in a video where he flexes the 10-year anniversary of Colorado cannabis legalization and asks Joe Biden when the deschedulization will happen. Wow, that is throwing some heat at the president.
Literally, Governor
Colorado.
Jared Polis of Colorado throwing some shade at the president?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess somebody has to, so shout out to Colorado for doing that.
It's super rational, I think. Like, the governor's like, dude, we've been selling pot for 10 years. Like, get a fucking grip, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Jared Polis, shout out the homie, the governor of Colorado, the first state to legalize cannabis. The governor, Jared Polis, send in some shots at Mr. Prezi, saying, what did he say? That
He flexed, or he called him out in a video where he flexed the 10-year anniversary of Colorado's cannabis legalization, and that's when he asked Joe Biden when the deschedulization will happen throughout the country.
Yeah, you guys gotta go mjmoment.com. You can see the video that Jared Polis posted, shouting out the president and asking when federal cannabis deschedulization will finally happen, because after all, like, we have consumed a Schedule 1 substance on live, Schedule 1 controlled substance, 300 days in a row.
See, yeah, that has never really sat right with me.
No.
You know, it's not fair that we can sit here and smoke and promote cannabis in the industry while there are people in other states still in jail because of it. Families that are growing up without a dad, even a mom, you know.
That's true. It's so sad. People lose family members way too often.
Yeah, and even if they don't have any family, you know, they shouldn't be locked away for something that other people can consume legally if they just cross a state border, you know?
It's literally crazy. It's the wild, wild west out here. Some states, including Nevada here, Las Vegas, Nevada, completely legalized. I sell weed for a living at a dispensary, simultaneous to people in Carolinas and Dakotas getting arrested. So
yeah, you're literally putting stuff in the bag, handing it to them, telling them to have a great smoke while somebody's pressed up against a cop car, probably getting arrested and their lives changing
forever. It's honestly disgusting, and it's very true. But, you know, we need people like Jared Polis to, like, yank the president for that. Like, we need to send that to the top. And honestly, I love Jared Polis keeping the president accountable. I think that's eventually what's going to be.
That's something else, though. Washington, D.C. itself is legalized.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, these people that live in Washington, D.C. can easily consume.
The president.
I'm sure they get drug tested and other stuff, but you know, like, they can legally consume in the same city where people are getting arrested for it, not even mentioning throughout the whole country. You know,
I know.
It's just crazy.
It's wild. In our United States capital, it's legal. In our biggest two states, Alaska and California. In Colorado, shout out Jared Polis.
Colorado, here in Vegas, it's just
Yeah, here in Vegas. Good point. I absolutely love that news story. I got smoke in my eye, I got rip in my lungs, and I'm feeling great now. What's the next story?
The next one is there's a study from the Department of Veterans that find veterans' cannabis consumption doubled in the U.S. since 2013.
Wow! So 10 years, and cannabis consumption by war vets has doubled. 2-1, baby. How awesome is that news?
Now, is that because different states that have legalized and they're able to get it, or do you think it's just they're getting it? Guess what I'm asking is there like a special program where they can get like a medical card if they're in a state that's not legalized and that's why it's doubled, or is it just...
Definitely much easier to get a medical card if you have served, because one of the reasons they can issue a medical card is PTSD, for sure. But I'd say the biggest reasons is, like you said, legislation in the states and just overall education. Like 10 years ago, people weren't learning or hearing about pot on the news. Like, it was really fucking illegal and frowned upon.
It's bad. It's bad for you. Don't do it.
Yeah, it's a drug. Like, don't do it. That's what it was like 10 years ago. But now that there's more information out there and it's getting better circulated, the internet makes it way harder to lie. You know, the internet makes it way harder to do those fear-mongering tactics like what happened at the beginning of the war on drugs and the original demonization of the pot plant. But I really think that's probably the reason. Veterans are reading the newspaper and seeing, oh shit, look at all these states going legal. Millions and billions of dollars. There's no way this industry exists for nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's why. I think it's just like the momentum of the plant, the consumption of the plant.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. Great to see a study by the U.S. Veterans Association, right? Was it the
Department of Veterans.
The U.S. Department of Vets found in a recent study, cannabis consumption in veterans has doubled in the last 10 years, since 2013. Really fucking awesome piece of news. What's up next? Or wait. Before we get on into the next piece, just peep this dime that I rolled with my Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. Rolling dimes at all times. This is my Oaksterdam Rolling Spoon, representing the first ever cannabis college. Use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your tuition, your cannabis industry education. Now the next story.
Next story is DC marijuana expungement bill becomes law following congressional review.
Let's go. So everybody in DC who has a cannabis conviction is getting expunged
following congressional review. But
they are washing those records clean with a sponge. Is that what that means?
I guess so. I don't think a literal sponge, but delete.
Yeah. DC expunging all of their cannabis convictions.
That's huge.
Just got passed into law. Really fucking awesome piece of cannabis news. And last, but certainly not least,
Delaware senators approve House-passed marijuana legalization bill in the committee.
Let's go! Delaware
Shout out
legalizing.
Delaware.
Yeah,
That's where I was born.
Yeah, my two favorite people. One was born there and one went to school there. For real. I love Delaware. I might even live in Delaware someday for a year.
Really?
I don't know. I just like it there. Yeah, my little sister Mandy lived there, and you were born there. We gotta go visit at least, right?
Yeah.
Your home state.
I can show you the house that I grew up in for a few years.
Yeah, let's drive by. Let's go by and
Yeah, we're just
smoke
gonna,
a quick joint.
We're just gonna sign off of this show and just do a quick little drive on over.
Yeah, actually, we have to wait until it passes the cannabis consumption bill passes in the Senate. But then we're rolling through and rolling up Delaware.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So this has been the latest and greatest in cannabis industry news with Rachel and your processor Sky. A quick recap of the show. We got Colorado Governor Jared Polis taking a rip at President Biden, saying that cannabis should be descheduled. We got a study from the Department of Veterans saying that veteran cannabis consumption doubled in the last 10 years. DC is expunging all of their previous cannabis convictions passed into law. And Delaware, the momentum is strong with you, Delawareans. Is that what they're called? Delawans? Delaweens?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Delaweeners? You guys are looking good.
Oh my gosh.
And legislation is coming soon. Absolutely love all the Roll Gangsters and Rachel, of course. Cali 420, love, don't panic. It's organic. UGC cherry pie. No pánico. Es orgánico. What a great squad. Absolutely love the chat champs. Cali 420 love and UGC cherry pie. The original squads. Chat champs of the day. But shout out to everybody tuning in on all the streaming platforms live at 10 a.m. or post.
So it's official? We changed it to 10 a.m.?
Yeah, I think
After
so.
just one day, you said you would try
I
this.
just feel so much better.
Fair enough.
Canon
That
News
was really
Thursday.
bad.
Look at my elbow. Didn't do it.
Pointy.
That's how you do it. That's the trick. Look at somebody's elbow today. Tell them to look at your elbow and then have a high five. What a wacky clip. I gotta go finish the rest of this fucking joint. This gelato's gotten me completely berserk, and I'm gonna go and have some fun. It's my fucking weekend today, so
It's the weekend for Samuel.
I got that weekend energy going. Absolutely love you guys, and we'll see you to a super special episode tomorrow. We're gonna have some edibles on the show. Maybe a 3 or 4 wide. It's going to be fucking crazy. But it's going to be an absolute banger of a time on tomorrow's Fuck Yeah Friday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Shout out the Megs, Meg Squared, coming through with the Eddies tomorrow morning. My original homie, the inventory queen over at Medicine Dispensary, hopping on the show. We'll chat up about some industry. I don't fucking know. Maybe Rachel has some questions. I don't know what the fuck. We're gonna have a good ass time no matter what, though. Love you guys, Roll Gangsters.
Love ya. Have a good Thursday.
Mwah. Peace.